supposed to start with the worksheet of coordinate geometry today. So here's question number 1, which is line L1 has equation 2x plus y equals to 8. And line L2 passes through point 7, 4 and is perpendicular to L1. Find the equation of line L2. So there's a line L1. And perpendicular to that, there's a line L2. And also we know that the line L2 passes through a point, let's say it's over here, which is 7, 4. So how do we find the equation of L2, given that these two lines are perpendicular to each other? Yes. If they're perpendicular to each other, what can we say about their slopes?
They will be the negative reciprocal of each other.
Exactly. So give me the slope of the line L1 first. What is the slope of this line? 2x plus,
-2.
exactly, -2. Right, Abu Bakr? When you rearrange it in the form of y equals mx
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
c, m is -2. बिल्कुल सही है. अच्छा जी. So the slope of this line is -2, meaning slope of this line would be what? What's the slope of the perpendicular line?
Miss,
Yes.
Miss 1/2.
Exactly. Negative reciprocal since they are perpendicular to each other. All right. So we have to find the equation of line L2. So now what's left to be done? How do we find equation of this line? We have its slope and we have a point as well from where it passes. So how do we find the equation of line L2? Slope pata hai, half. And point bhi pata hai from where it passes, 7, 4. So how do we find equation of?
Miss y is equals to mx plus c में इसको put कर देंगे.
Exactly. Either y equals mx plus c. This will take slightly more effort to find c.
Miss y minus y1.
Exactly. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Like Ryan said, point slope form, slope point form, जो भी है. So y minus 4 equals m, which is half, and x minus 7. This is a good enough answer. It will get you full marks. Unless the question says to give your answer in the form of y is equals to mx plus c, you don't have to. Okay, so this is the answer for part 1. There wasn't anything tricky about this part. Okay, part 2. Given that L1 and L2 intersect at point B, find the length of AB. So they're saying that both the lines meet at point B. Find this length of A between the points A and B. The two lines are meeting at point B. So first thing you need to do is find the coordinate of B. How do we find the coordinates of B? B hai kya? B is where the two lines are meeting. So how do we?
Point of intersection.
Yes, point of intersection of both the lines, which we find by using simultaneous equation. We have the equation for line L1. We have the equation of line L2. Solve the two equations simultaneously to get the point B. So equation of line L1 is already pretty straightforward. This is for L1. For L2, let's slightly simplify this. Send 2 to the other side, what do we get? If we send the 2 in the denominator to the other side.
Miss multiply हो जाएगा 2y minus 8.
Yes, 2y minus 8 equals x minus 7. So this would be 2y minus
Minus x.
हो जाएगा. equals x. Okay? Now solve these equations simultaneously and give me the value of x and y. Ryan, I hope you're on it.
Yes, miss.
Solve this equation and this equation simultaneously.
Miss, y is equals to 2.
Okay. Y is equals to 2, and what about x?
Miss, 3.
X equals to 3. Dan, did you get the same answers?
Yes, miss.
B is coming out to be 3 comma 2, which is correct. Now find the distance between A and B.
Miss, distance formula.
Exactly. Distance formula, which would be A के coordinates हैं 7, 4, and for B the coordinates are 3, 2. So the distance formula would be square root. Who can help me substitute the values in the formula?
Miss,
Square root,
2 minus 4 whole square
correct,
and
plus
3 minus 7 whole
हाँ,
square.
plus 3 minus 7 whole square. Good. Y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. And what does this get? Us 2 square plus 4 square, 2 square root of 5. So the answer is coming out to be 2 square root of 5. The question did not specify whether you need to give the answer in exact form or a decimal form, correct to one decimal place or whatever. So 2 under root 5 is a good enough answer, or decimal equivalent would be 4.47 after rounding to 3 significant figures, or 4.4721, which rounds to 4.47 in 3 significant figures. Either give the exact answer or the decimal answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, this was question number 1. Do you have any questions from question 1?
No, miss.
Okay, let's do question 2 now. Okay. Here's question 2, which is the diagram shows a rhombus ABCD. The points B and D have coordinates 2, 10 and 6, 2 respectively, and A lies on the x-axis. What do you know about a coordinate when it lies on the x-axis? What do we know about it?
Miss, A is equals to 0.
What is equals to 0?
मिस एक्स एक्सिस पे वो जीरो होता है ना.
एक्स एक्सिस पे क्या 0 होता है?
असल में वो तो ग्रेडियंट होते हैं.
देखो, अगर एक पॉइंट एक्स एक्सिस पे लाई कर रहा है तो इसका क्या मतलब होता है, या अगर एक पॉइंट वाई एक्सिस पे लाई कर रहा है, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस पॉइंट, व्हाट डज इट मीन? If a point is lying on the x-axis, that means its y is 0. इधर कोई height ही नहीं है. There's no height for this point. So y is equals to 0. It will have some value of x and its y is going to be 0. Similarly, if there's a point on the y-axis, for that x is 0 and it has some height, so 0, y. Okay? On x-axis, the y coordinate is 0, and on the y-axis, the x coordinate is. So for A, we know that the coordinates are x, 0. X is a value we need to find. The midpoint of BD is M. Find by calculation the coordinates of M, A, and C. So let's start with M. M is simply the midpoint of B and D. So for M, we know what is B, 2, 10, and we know what is D, 6, 2. So M is the midpoint. Apply the midpoint formula on the given coordinates of B and D. How do we do that?
It's x1 plus x2 over 2.
Yes. X1 plus X2 divided by 2, that would be 2 plus 6 upon 2,
Yes.
comma
10 plus 2.
2 over 2. That's correct. So we get 4 and 6.
4, 6.
Yes. So M is 4, 6. So we know what M is, 4, 6. Okay. Now we need the coordinates of A. How do we get that?
Yes.
Hmm. Can you get me the equation of a line? Just a second. Which passes through the rhombus like this. Can we find the equation of this line? If we find the equation of this line, we will be able to find the coordinates of A since the line crosses A. So इस line की equation में when you substitute y is equals to 0, you'll get the corresponding value of x. But the question is, how do we find the equation of this line? One thing you need to know about a rhombus is that its diagonals are perpendicular. Or are they? Just give me a second. They are.
Okay.
Diagonals of rhombus मेरे ख्याल में perpendicular ही होते हैं. Are perpendicular. Yes, they are perpendicular. So that is prereq knowledge you need to know in order to solve this question. So अगर rhombus के diagonals are perpendicular to each other, how can we find the equation of this diagonal? Blue वाले diagonal की equation कैसे आएगी? क्योंकि अगर आ जाएगी तो फिर A के coordinates आ जाएंगे. Because in that equation you can substitute y equals 0 and you'll get the corresponding x at A. Achha. Now to find this equation, can you find the slope of BD? Give me the slope of BD. What's the slope of BD? Y2 minus Y1 over X2
Yes.
minus X1. Do you have the answer?
It's minus 2.
Yes, minus 2. 10 minus 2 over 2 minus 6 would be minus 2. So then, what is the slope of AC, which is perpendicular to this?
Miss 1 over 2.
Yes, exactly half from the concept of negative reciprocity. Yes, so that's half. Now, how can you find equation of line AC?
Hmm.
You know the slope of AC, which is half. Do you also know a point on AC?
Miss y minus 5 is equals to.
हाँ ठीक है. Do you know a point on AC?
Miss ये 4 or 6.
Exactly. M also passes through AC. So you're going to use y minus y1 equals M bracket x minus x. So y minus 6 equals mh is half and x minus 4. That is the equation of AC. Now, how do we find the coordinates of A? X comma 0. A
Miss,
also
हम
lies.
ये Miss,
Hmm.
हम
Is by
ये
inputting y as 0.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Since the same line also passes through A, and you already know what is y of A, that is 0. So simply substitute 0 instead of y and tell me what x comes out to be. Okay, what is x coming out?
This one. So, this 8, negative 8.
Negative 8, yes. You get negative 8 from here. That means A equals minus 8 comma 0. So we know A now as well, minus 8 comma 0. So A is minus 8 comma 0. Okay. Now, how do we find the coordinates of C? We have A, we have M, and we need C.
मिस ये तो हम मूवमेंट से कर सकते हैं.
Exactly, yes. You can use movement, or you can use the formula for midpoint again, because M is also going to be the midpoint of A and C.
Yes.
Let me just clear the space. Okay. Either you use movement, let's use movement if you're more comfortable with that. Okay. So how many units have we gone right over here? Going from A to M, how many units have we moved on the x-axis? Sorry?
-8.
6 plus.
-8 से लेकर 4 तक गए.
Oh,
-8
plus.
till 4. And there's a 0 somewhere in here. So how many units to the right?
12.
Yes, 12 units to the right. Go another 12 units to the right from 4. So where do you land?
16.
16.
16, yes. So the y coordinate, or sorry, the x coordinate of C should be 16 if we're using movements. Okay. And now let's see how many units up did we go when we're going from A to M. So how many units up have we gone? We started from 0. Y was 0 and now y is 6.
6.
Yes, so
Miss
you've
12
gone
आ जाएगा.
units up. So go another 6 units up. What's your
12.
answer? 12. Yes, 6 plus 6 is 12. So the answer for C should be 16 comma 12. Correct. 16 comma 12. So use vectors to solve this answer, or like you guys put it, movement to solve this. Okay. Question 3 करते हैं. Okay. In the diagram, points A and C lie on the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. Okay, so if A lies on the x-axis, what do we know about it? बताएं.
That means y is 0.
सॉरी रैन, दोबारा बोलना पड़ेगा.
I said miss that means y is 0.
Yes, y is 0. So let's say this, the coordinates of A would be x comma 0. That's correct. What about C? That's lying on the y-axis.
So x would be 0.
Yes, good. It has x comma 0 9. That
Miss 0 comma y.
0 comma y.
yes, 0 comma y is correct. 0 comma y, because it's x is 0 and it has a certain height, so there's some value for y. So 0 comma y. Okay. So in the diagram, points A and C lie on the x-axis and the y-axis respectively, and the equation of AC is this. Equation of AC is given 2y plus x equals to 16. Point B has coordinates 2, 2. The perpendicular from B to AC meets AC at x. Find the coordinates of x. Okay. So how do we find the coordinates of x? Let's reread the question. In the diagram, points A and C lie on the x-axis and y-axis respectively. Equation of AC is given to you, so definitely इसका use होगा कहीं.
मिस हमारे पास इसका स्लोप आ जाएगा क्योंकि ये परपेंडिकुलर है.
Perfect. ठीक है. इसका स्लोप क्या है? 2y plus x is equals to 16 का.
मिस 1.
y is equals to mx plus c की फॉर्म में लाओ ना पहले. तो 2y equals minus
It's
x.
negative 1.
Yes. सारे questions
-1.
minus half ही आ रहे हैं. Okay. So slope for AC is minus half. So like Abu Bakr said, the slope of BX is going to be negative reciprocal of this since they are perpendicular lines. So the slope for
Hence 2.
BX is 2. Good. Now can you find the equation of BX? You have its slope, which is 2, and you have a point on BX as well, 2, 2. So give me the equation of line BX.
मिस आप वो फॉर्मूला लिख देंगी y माइनस y1 वाला.
अभी तक याद नहीं हुआ? Y
नहीं मिस
minus
मैं इसी बार में सिर्फ y माइनस y1 कहता
Miss, the equation is y is equal to 2x minus 2.
2x minus 2. Are you
Yes,
sure?
miss.
Let's see.
Yes, miss.
Let's see. It's going to be y minus 2 if we use this formula equals to 2 and x minus 2. So we have y minus 2 is equals to 2x minus 4. And then this would be y equals 2x minus 2. Is that what you said?
Yes, miss.
Okay, that's correct. Good job. So we have the equation of dx as well. Now, how do we find the coordinates of x? Coordinates of x. You have the equation of line AC. You have the equation of line BX.
ये दोनों इक्वेशंस को साइमल्टेनियसली सॉल्व करते हैं.
Since x is the point of intersection, so you solve these two equations simultaneously, one of which is 2y plus x equals to 16, and the second one was y equals 2x minus 2. Please solve these simultaneously and tell me the value of x and y that you get.
This x is equal to 4.
X is equals to 4 is correct, and y equals
Miss, y equals 6.
y equals 6 is also correct. So you have the coordinates of x, which are 4, 6. All right. X order. Right, Abu Bakr?
यस मिस.
ठीक है, yeah. Okay. आगे क्या कह रहे हैं? The point D is such that quadrilateral ABCD has AC as line of symmetry. If you guys remember from O levels, what is the line of symmetry? So if this yellow line is the line of symmetry and you have a point D, then it will be somewhere over here. And you'll get this kind of figure, which is a kite. Okay? This is what it means when AC, the yellow line, is the line of symmetry. लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री होता है कि अगर आप इस लाइन पे येलो लाइन पे दोनों साइड्स को फोल्ड करो तो देयर वुड बी अ कंप्लीट ओवरलैप ऑफ बोथ द साइड्स around the line of symmetry. That means this triangle would change into a kite if AC is the line of symmetry. So it says find the coordinates of D. So how do you find the coordinates of D now? इसके coordinates.
मिस ये भी मूवमेंट से हो सकता है क्योंकि इस मूवमेंट से हो सकता है क्योंकि बी और डी का ये मिस
हाँ
ये बी और डी का मिड पॉइंट एक्स है।
हाँ है, क्योंकि लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री है ना, तो वो इक्वल साइड्स होंगी दो। ठीक है रायान, ये भी
तो मिस ये
मूव,
आ जाएगा
Yes, miss.
तो ये खुद ट्राई करो। एक्स कितना
मिस ये आ
मूव,
जाएगा कॉमा 6,10।
ठीक है, टू मूवमेंट हुई है इधर, तो आगे भी टू मूवमेंट होगी, सो 4 will change into 6. So x coordinate of D would be 6, and then upwards 2 is changing into 6, so that goes 4 units up. So when you go another 4 units up, so 6 changes into 10. So 6 comma 10 ही कहा था,
यस मिस
coordinates of D should be 6 comma 3 में 6 comma 10 is correct. Okay, so the answer for D is 6 comma 10 is right here. Okay. Part 3 says find correct to 1 decimal place the perimeter of ABC. How do we do that? What is
मिस वो
perimeter?
पेरीमीटर ऑफ काइट क्या होता है?
Perimeter
we
होता है
can,
sum of all sides.
miss, by using movement, we can find the lengths of all the sides.
So how do we find lengths of all sides? Because we don't have A
मिस
and we don't have C.
मिस हम लोग डिस्टेंस फार्मूला से साइड्स निकालेंगे।
That can work, but for that you need the coordinates of A and C. You have coordinates of B and D, but you don't have complete coordinates of A and C. A का खाली Y पता है 0 है, और C का खाली X पता है 0 है। तो पहले तो आपको वैल्यूज फाइंड करनी पड़ेंगी, कंप्लीट कोऑर्डिनेट्स फाइंड करने पड़ेंगे ऑफ A एंड C. मुझे बताओ A एंड C कौन सी लाइन पे लाई कर रहे हैं?
Yes.
इस लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री।
लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री। और क्या हमारे पास लाइन ऑफ सिमेट्री की इक्वेशन है?
यस मिस
2y plus x is equals to 16. येलो में मैंने हाईलाइट की हुई है। तो AC की तो हमारे पास इक्वेशन है, तो अब हम A और C के कोऑर्डिनेट्स निकाल सकते हैं।
यस
कैसे?
मिस हम लोग वो जैसे कि हमारे पास ए का एक्स है तो वाई पुट कर देंगे 0 और ऐसे हमारे पास एक्स आ जाएगा।
बिल्कुल सही है। Coordinates of A, let's start with that. X comma 0. So in the equation 2y plus x is equals to 16. We'll replace y with 0. So x is coming out to be 16. That means the coordinates of A are 16 comma 0. This is 16 comma 0. And Ryan, how do we find the coordinates of C?
Miss, we input x as 0.
Yes, in the same equation of AC. So 2y plus 0 is equals to 16, means y equals 8. So coordinates of C are 0, 8. This would be 0, 8. Now what you have to do is find all the lengths and then add them together. But notice that two of the lengths are equal. These two are equal. because AB was line of symmetry. So दोनों sides line of symmetry के बिल्कुल बराबर होते हैं. So these two lengths would be equal. Find one of these lengths and multiply it with 2. Similarly, these two lengths would be equal as well.
Yes,
This,
so AB is 14. Therefore, A AD would also be 14.
do you have the length of AB?
Yes, miss.
You calculated it?
Yes, miss.
Acha, ठीक है. I am yet to calculate it. So let's do that here. So let's find the length of AB, which is the same as length of AD.
AD.
Okay. So square root, I'm going to write 16, 0 minus 2 whole square plus 0 minus 2 whole square plus 16 minus 2 whole square. What does that give us? 14 square plus 2 square under root answer, which is 10 under root 2. I'm getting 10 under root 2.
बस मैंने मूवमेंट से किया था शायद इसलिए लग रहा था.
मूवमेंट से आपको फिर पाइथागोरस थ्योरम यूज करना पड़ेगा उस पर, अगर आप मूवमेंट से कर रहे हो. मूवमेंट से कैसे करोगे? आपने किस पे अप्लाई किया मूवमेंट? ए बी पे या ए डी पे?
जी मिस. AB.
ए बी पे. चलो हम करके देखते हैं. तो ये इधर कितने यूनिट्स हैं? 2 से लेकर 16 तक. सो दैट्स 12 यूनिट्स.
ओके, आप ऐड कर दीजिए.
और ये अपवर्ड्स
मिस
के.
मिस हम लोग बस डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला नहीं यूज कर सकते?
हाँ, तो वो मैंने किया है ना ऊपर डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला ए बी पे.
सही है मिस, वही कर लेते हैं.
हाँ ठीक है. दिस इज नॉट 12, दिस इज 14. ठीक है, मैं बस उसको बता रही हूँ कि मूवमेंट से कैसे करना है. और अपवर्ड कितना जा रहे हैं? 0
2
से
मिस.
2. So 2. So now you'll have to apply Pythagoras theorem. 14 square plus 2 square. And we'll give you the same answer. 10 under root.
ओके.
Now let's find the distance BC, which is the same as distance CD. So again, distance formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to use 2 minus 8 whole square plus 2 minus 0 whole square, which gives 2 minus 8 whole square plus 2 square, which is 2 under root 10.
52.
Okay. So now let's find the perimeter. For that you add all the sides. So perimeter would be 10 under root 2 plus 10 under root 2 plus 2 under root 10 plus 2 under root 10. So 10 square root of 2 into 2 per लेते plus 2 under root 10 into. So I'm getting 40.93. It's supposed to give your answer in one decimal place, which should be 40.9. So the answer is coming out to be 40.93338. Make this an answer as large as possible, as long as possible, before you finally round it off to the given requirement. 40.9 is the answer. Any questions here?
Yes.
Okay. So I like to end this meeting and then send you a new link. 1 hour each may disrupt hoga. Question number 4. Yes, I'm going to send you a new link. Okay, see. Question number 4. The diagram shows points A, B, and C lying on the line 2x, 2y plus is equals to x plus. So we have the equation of the line passing through points A, B, and C, and that line is 2y equals x plus 4. Point A lies on the y-axis. Okay, if A is lying on the y-axis, that means its coordinates would be what?
Miss 0 and y.
Very good, 0, comma y. So the coordinates of A would be 0, comma y since it lies on the y-axis. Okay. And AB equals BC, as we can also see from these markings on line AB and BC. These marking mean that these lengths are equal. AB, length AB is equals to BC, which means that if you have B or if you have C, you can find movement to find the, you can use movement to find the other coordinate. Okay. The line from D 10 comma minus 3 to B is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so you're told that these two lines are perpendicular, right? Convenient. That means if we have slope of one of these lines, we can find the equation of the other line. Okay, calculate the coordinates of B and C. So we need the coordinates of B and we need the coordinates of C. Again, if we have either one of these, you should be able to use movement to get to the other coordinate. Okay, so for now, we know that the equation of AC is 2y equals x plus 4. So give me the slope of AC.
Miss 1/2.
Half, but 1 over 2. So give me the slope of BD.
Is -2.
Good. Negative reciprocal from the equation m1 into m2 equals -1. So slope of BD is -2. Okay, now give me the equation of line BD. How do you find equation of line BD?
Y minus y1 is equals to m bracket x minus x1.
Right. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And we know what m is, it's -2. And we also know the point D, which is 10 comma minus 3. So it's going to be y. Can you complete this? Any one of you?
So, abhi tak we've done like 4 questions, and the new formulas that we studied weren't applicable to any of them. So, do they rarely appear? Yeah, Miss.
Sorry, Ryan, I can't make out what you're saying.
Miss, I'm saying that we've done 4 questions, and the new formulas that we studied yesterday, the 2 new ones, they
We
didn't
haven't
appear
used
in
that
any of
yet.
these questions.
The area formula, the length formula, and the angle formula, those
Yes,
formulas,
Miss.
हाँ, वो आएंगे आगे. They will come up. Also, there was an option of using that formula in one of the previous questions, which I did not use because it did not significantly change the working of the question or the number of steps needed. तो फिर मैं उस पे नहीं गई. I just used the convention formulas. Like I told you yesterday, those 3 formulas are not in the syllabus formally, but if you know them, it really helps to sometimes solve a very complicated questions and in a very convenient way. Okay, so it helps to know those formulas, but again, it's not a compass.
Miss
Alright.
ये equation y plus 3
हाँ, y plus 3 equals,
-2
right, bracket
x minus 10.
x minus 10. That's correct. Okay, now let's simplify this. Y plus 3 equals minus 2x plus 20. And y equals minus 2x plus 17. That is the equation for BD. Okay, now how do we find the coordinate of B? How do you find the coordinates of point B?
मिस वो मिस हम लोग एक साथ तो पहले फाइंड नहीं कर सकते ना।
क्या नहीं फाइंड कर सकते?
ए
कर सकते हो ए फाइंड पहले।
मिस फिर वो इसी इक्वेशन में एक्स की जगह 0 पुट कर देंगे।
हाँ, इस वाली इक्वेशन में नहीं, बी डी की इक्वेशन में तो नहीं, क्योंकि बी डी
मिस
पे
जो
तो
ए
ये
और
नहीं
सी
लाएगा।
मिस जो ए
हाँ
बी सी वाली इक्वेशन है
बिल्कुल,
2y इज इक्वल टू x
ठीक
प्लस
है,
4।
लेट्स डू दैट हियर। ठीक है, लेट्स डू दैट हियर। वे फाइंडिंग कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ ए which are 0 comma y. So x is 0, 2y equals 0 plus 4, so y equals to 2. So we know the coordinates of a, which are 0 comma 2. So we have a 2 here. Okay, so you have a now, but to find b you can't use a. You will have to find b by simultaneously solving ac and bd, because b is the point of intersection of the two lines. So this is BD, and then what was AC? That was 2y equals x plus 4. This is AC. Okay. Now solve these two simultaneously and give me the coordinates of B. Can you two?
Yes.
मिस y इज इक्वल टू मिस y 5 आ रहे।
Y is, yes, Y is 5. That's correct.
Yes, miss.
और मिस x 6 आ रहे।
X is 6. That's correct as well. So coordinates of B are 6, 5. Okay. Now use movements to find coordinate of C. Okay, just give me a second.
मिस 12 and 8।
Yes. B is 6, 5, and what's C again?
और मिस 12, 8।
12, 8. That is correct. Ran, did you get 12, 8 for C?
Yes, miss.
All right. ठीक है, that is correct. यही करना था, calculate the coordinates of B and C. So done. अच्छा, अब ना रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा होमवर्क मिलेगा। पहले मैं कम दूंगी और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता होमवर्क बढ़ाऊंगी, क्योंकि अगर होमवर्क नहीं करोगे तो ये क्वेश्चंस तो मैं बताती हूँ, अब इसका स्लोप निकालो, अब इसका नेगेटिव रेसिप्रोकल करो, अब ये करो वो करो, बट दैट विल नॉट टीच यू टू डू दीज क्वेश्चंस इंडिपेंडेंटली। अब होमवर्क में आप लोगों ने फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन 5 और क्वेश्चन 6 करना है वर्कशीट में से। आंसर्स एंड में गिवन है, जो आंसर्स नहीं आएंगे मैं खाली वही पार्ट्स कल कराऊँ। ठीक है, 5 और 6 कंप्लीटली नहीं कराऊँ। ठीक है, सो फर्स्ट 15 मिनट्स हम होमवर्क डिस्कस करेंगे, जो जो पार्ट्स नहीं है आप दोनों ने खुद ऑनेस्टली ट्राई करना है, एंड नाउ गेट यूज्ड टू हार्ड वर्क। ठीक है, और इंशाल्लाह कल वील डिस्कस द प्रॉब्लम्स फर्स्ट एंड देन वील स्टार्ट फ्रॉम क्वेश्चन 7। ठीक है, चलो,
Right, miss.
सी यू टुमारो। अल्लाह हाफिज।
हाँ।